there's someone out there that's going to see this video that really wants to know God personally and very, very well. They probably already been wanting to know Him for a long, long time, but you just haven't been able to break through that veil, to be able to hear His voice, to be able to feel like you're being led by Him, to being guided by Him. And it's I've just got to let you know some people can do it more easily than others, and some of us have to go through years and years and years to be able to do it. I'm one of those people that had to go through years of doing it. But I backslid. At first, I didn't have any problem the first time that I got saved, but the second time, after I backslid, it took me years to get back. It honestly did. And I did everything I could, but it finally came around many years later, and I was able to. He finally opened the door and let me step back in. But if you really want to get to know God, reading His Word is going to be the way to do it. Doing daily declarations, because this is the law of God. This is His language, and this is how you create right here. This is how you create your life. So you do this once a day with your whole family. You get them all together inside of your house. If you're married, your wife, got a girlfriend or boyfriend, you get them and do this every day and grow. You see, the thing is, you just don't give up. Keep pressing and press, because the Lord is inside of you. Sometimes He'll just sit there dormant and just watch you. And He'll watch you for months. He'll watch you for weeks. He'll watch you for years to see what you'll do. That's His style. That's what He does. But He's always there. He'll make it seem like He's not even there at times. It'll seem like you'll be like, "Where are you, Lord?" But He's there all of the time. I can guarantee you that. And He's not the only one. You got angels. You got the Holy Spirit. You got the Most High God, and He's interceding. He's watching you. He's watching to see what you're going to do, what your reactions are. So just keep pushing and keep pressing, and He knows it and He appreciates it. Keep worshiping Him. Worship Him a lot. Pray a lot. Talk to Him. Even though it seems like He's not there, still talk to Him like He's there. You will break through one day. You will get that relationship that you're looking for one day. And I tell you what, it is outstanding and it is astounding once you do. And I got to tell you, when the Lord delivers you from something, I was delivered from alcoholism, like a 25-year. No, I think it was longer than that, 25 years. And I was delivered from marijuana too. And I thought it was okay to do both of those things. But you see, the thing is, once you're delivered from something, don't go back to it, because something demonic like marijuana and alcoholism. It is actually demonic, even though those things are legal, way legal. You know, um, it opens up spiritual doors, portals, and gateways for demons to come in and inside of your body and inside of your mind, and it will destroy you from the inside and out, and it'll destroy your whole family and everything around you too. So nothing good is ever going to come from using drugs, whether it was meth or heroin or anything. Those are demonic portals. It's a gate that you just open up and then they'll rush in. You see, the thing about alcohol is um, they call it spirits, wine and spirits. When I was in Canada, they called it wine and spirits store. There's many different spirits inside of one bottle. I don't care if it's beer, if it's a glass of wine, if it's a bottle of liquor. You're dealing with hundreds of thousands of spirits that could be inside of that bottle, and you're putting them inside of your body. I think same thing with marijuana. I don't smoke it anymore. But what I did, I went into the marijuana store and I saw these little, and on those packets that they sell. I haven't been in a store, one of those stores, in a long time. I'm never going in another one. But on those packets of marijuana that they sell, that you'll see these creatures on them. Well, there's a reason why those creatures are on those packets. It's because that's the demon that's inside of the packet. And if you do your research on whatever packet that you're consuming, you'll find out what those demons do. And there's a lot of them. There's hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of different types of demonic spirits that are in those. And I have nothing against anyone who does it for, what are certain reasons. I did it for medical treatment, but it does take you into a spiritual um, portal, and you could be consuming dozens and dozens and dozens and hundreds of different spirits when you're doing drugs. It doesn't matter what drug it is. And I'm not going to talk bad about marijuana users or alcoholics, because that's what I used to be. I used to be both. So I have no right to put anyone down or judge anyone on those things. Just talk to the Lord about those things. If you're doing them, it's not like you can hide from them anyway. You can't hide anything from God. It wouldn't matter if you're doing pornography, if you're smoking, if you're drinking, if you're cursing. You're never. He's going to hear every word. He's going to see everything you're doing. So if you don't want to do it anymore, don't go back to it. But if you once He does deliver you from those things and you decide you don't want to do those things again, do not go home and start doing the same thing again. Because what happens is, once you're delivered, your house is swept clean. The demonic forces have left. And the Bible states, it says that, that enemy is going to come back to you. And he's going to tempt you again. I hope you say no, because if you don't say no and you tell him yes, and you just go start, like for example, I used to drink, and then I would quit for a few days and say I'd never go back, and then I was delivered from the drinking, and then I'd just go ahead and drink again, because I felt like I had control over it. But you see, what I was doing was I was opening the door for seven more of that demon's friends, those alcoholic demons' friends, to come in, because my house was clean, and then I opened the door and seven more. So I ended up having eight demons inside of me instead of just that one. And those were the other seven were worse than that one. So, in the Bible, there's a guy named Legion. Legion means 6,000. Can you imagine someone having 6,000 demonic spirits inside of them? And, they're taking turns on this guy. Manifesting in this guy. You never know who that guy was going to be. You know. So be very, very careful. Once you are delivered and you're set free from these things, do not go back to them. It's very dangerous, and it's not. Being a Christian is more difficult than most people think. It's the hardest thing that you'll ever do. But it's not a revolving door. You can't just walk in the door and walk out anytime you want. One of these days, some people, I've seen this happen to people. The door shuts when you walk out the door to go back to that thing, and it doesn't open again. And the people do want it to open. Like I had wanted it to open when I was drinking. I wanted it to open up badly again, but it never opened. And fortunately, the Lord allowed the door to open back up so I could see Him again and commune with Him again. But I took a huge risk of the door not opening again. It was huge, and I paid the price for many, many years. I was empty, and I was lonely, and I needed Him, and I wanted Him, but I couldn't get back to Him. He wouldn't let me. So be very, very careful about these things. Once you're delivered, stay delivered. Don't take it for granted. It's your salvation. It's the difference between going to heaven and the difference between hell. Hell is a very, very real place. If you don't know, then go to YouTube. There's 100,000 videos on there of people that have been to hell. They've died and they've actually been to hell. And the Lord let them come back. And they will tell you, you'll see it on their faces, they're crying. And they were scared to death. It is not a place that you want to spend eternity. They definitely didn't want to. And there's also likewise videos of people that have died and went to heaven too. There's people that have died and went to both places. They've seen angels, they've seen the Lord, many of these things. So you can check those videos out on YouTube. You just put in heaven, hell videos. I died and went to hell. You'll get the picture. And you'll know that these people are real and they're telling the truth. Nobody's going to sit there and tell you a lie about going to hell. I guarantee you. And if they are, you will know if they're lying or not. Nobody's going to. It's amazing. So anyway, I'm going to do this declaration here, and you can subscribe to the channel if you like now. And then we're going to do a short prayer. And this is what you do with your family. You can do churches can do this also too. And this is how you press into God. This is how you grow with the Lord. It's Joshua chapter 1, verses 5 through 9 is we're going to do our declaration here. And you do this 40 times. Do the same declaration over and over and over every single day at the same time, 40 times, until it sinks in and you start to believe and you start to trust in God 100%. And then you do another one. I have other videos. There's lots of examples. That's all this is an example. It's not a rule. You can do it this way. You can do it your own way also too. But you will break through if you do this long enough. The Lord will open the door for you. Step in. And if you're already in there with Him, more power to you. You're going to grow and grow and grow and grow, and you're really going to have a thriving relationship with Him. And this is also in the description area. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
There shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life.
As I was with Moses, so I will be with thee. I will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. Be strong and of a good courage, for unto this people shalt thou divide for an inheritance the land, which I swore unto their fathers to give them. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law, which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success.
Have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. For the Lord thy God is with thee, whithersoever thou goest. This is a prayer that someone gave me at church, and I like it. It's short and it's sweet. And I'm going to put this in the comment, in the comment section down below. It'll be underneath the video, and you can read this one every day too. It's a good one. It's very nice. Ready?
Uh-huh.
Holy Spirit, I am counting on you to see me through this day. You know my needs and weaknesses. Please lead, guide, and direct me in all that is true. Strengthen me in everything I put my hand to. Help me to avoid and resist temptation and meet every challenge I may face. Give me the words to speak and show me the path that I am to walk in this day. To the glory of the God, the Father. Amen. You guys have a great day. And keep praying. Keep pressing into the Lord.